today's craft is to show you a really simple book folding craft. There's a couple of examples here. We did show some book folding back in December, any of you who watched those, making a Christmas wreath and a Christmas angel as well. This is a really fun craft to have a go at, to make book hedgehogs. So we've got a Harry hedgehog here, the Harry Potter theme. Many of you who come to our events will know we usually do a Harry Potter event in February, but this year they've moved the event till June, so look out for details of that then. But so I thought I'd do a Harry Potter themed one here, and this is just a general little hedgehog in the garden there. They're really simple to do, but they're also quite practical. You can obviously make ones for yourself, or they're a great family craft as well, because the kids can have a go at this, because it is just glue and paper. But you can actually use them as little note holders as well. So just slap the little notes in there, just things maybe you wanted to remind yourself you need to do the next day, or maybe you want to sort of have one on a table near your front door or something, so that people can say if you've popped out and you want to just leave a little note to say where you've gone if you're only going to go a little while, things like that. So they're just nice little note holders, just some scrap paper there you could put in them. And I'm just going to show you how you make one of these really simply. So I'll move those out of the way for the minute. And just take a paperback book. Well, it can be hardback, but paperback's a little bit easier to do because you get through it a little bit more. And the simple fold is start right at the beginning, so these, and you fold into the spine. And the trick with all these is make sure you really press down firm on the fold. The crease needs to be quite sort of good there, because otherwise as you go through it's harder and harder to fold. So you fold in half, and then you just fold the top again into the spine each time. So you get that, and that is it. So I'll just show you that one more time. So fold into the spine, press down really firmly there, and then fold the front down. It's like a little triangle essentially, so you want it to be at right angles here, and then flip that one over. So you keep working through the book. Now, I recommend if the book's quite thick and you're really struggling to get going after a certain amount of pages, so maybe you can sort of you can rip the odd pages out. So you could do sort of say 50 pages, then rip 2 or 3 out, and just do another 20 pages, maybe rip a couple out. So you don't want it too bald, because you want it to keep going and create the shape, but you can sort of rip some pages out, make sure it's nice and crisp as you rip them out, and don't try and sort of take out like 10 at a time or something like that. Just make it sort of 2 or 3 at a time, and as you go through the book, you don't want just a load at the end that's missing, otherwise you get a lopsided hedgehog. So you just keep going through here, and you can see there how it starts to create a little nose. All right. Obviously it gets harder to fold it as you go through, so that is something that does happen there, but it naturally creates the shape. There's no glue involved in keeping the shape. The other way you can do it, for instance, on this one here, as you'll see, I actually left it's about 50 pages I think at the end and at the beginning. So I just literally started on, say, page 51, started folding there, and just made sure you leave the same even number on the end, otherwise again you'll get lopsided. So you can do that. You could leave, if it's quite a big book, you think, oh, I can't get through all of that, you can leave some of the pages there as well. So as you go through, it will naturally create the shape and just hold its shape. I haven't done any gluing, anything else, it just sits there like that. But of course the advantage is you've got all this nice space in between there for sticking notes down if you want to. So that's it for the book shape, it's that simple. So I'll just go through some of the different ways you can decorate these. So on this one, I just found some Harry Potter wallpaper, it's actually computer wallpaper, a lot of those free sort of designs you can get on all sorts of themes. Just printed out a couple of times and just glued it, tucked it in and glued it to cover that over. And on this one, just made a little pair of glasses out of a scrap piece of black card, just drew around a circle and then inside it, and that just slots in there. Obviously you can glue that if you want to. I think I've done that about right, upside down. Little lightning bolt there. I drew around a little glue bottle there to give me a nose. And then just made a little scarf, just add some yellow with and coloured it red. But you can do, obviously, you decorate it however you like on those. And on this one, which I'll just finish off. So essentially what I want to do on this one, I'll just show you here, hopefully that'll show up, is so you want a nose. So I just drew around a glue bottle for that one, and that gives you your nose. And then the eye, on this one I went for a little bit of a bigger design. So I did a little outside section of the eye and then an inside one and just coloured that and stuck those together. Then you want a sort of a petal shape for the ear. Make sure you add a little bit to the length here. So these are the ears. And all I did is squeeze those, actually put a staple on the end and then just glued those inside. So that's how you get the nice curve effect. But you just make sure you leave a little bit at the end because you need something to be able to actually stick to the pages. Again, with the feet, just drew that shape. But again, you need this little bit of length here because then you have this which you can just stick to the bottom page. So always bear in mind that you need a bit extra on the end to be able to tuck things in. And then what I've also done on this one is just created some little spikes. Spikes going through here. Find my scissors, here we go. So again, papers are so thin that you can cut several in one go, and it literally is just a case of cutting some triangles. You want quite small ones because it's quite a small little book. And just go through like that and cut that one off. I don't want it too long. And just take some glue. With these projects, you really do need to use wet glue though. If you've got some PVA, some white glue, there's a little ditty one, but obviously usually comes in the slightly bigger bottles, especially children's ones, then do use that because you've got to be quite generous with the glue because you're sticking it to paper, which of course really needs to absorb that glue. And also you're sticking onto edges. You know, these ones, so you need to really stick and hold. They're not nice flat surfaces like this, which is obviously easier. This was just a patterned paper that I had to stick there. But anything where you're sticking it onto the edges or in between, you do need to make sure you use some nice